Hello dear students, I welcome you all to this video presented by TestprepKart. I'm Ronak Sharma, Maths faculty at TestprepKart. So we all know that the IBDP final examination are going to be in the month of May. Point is that how we should prepare for that. Definitely we have been studying from past 2 years, but this 1 month is very much crucial for us. So as the strategy that we should have for this month. So that's why here I'm bringing you the strategy that you can follow without any doubt to get not only the good marks, but you can boost your marks also. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about the resources that you can follow, the past papers, the importance of the past papers, why you should follow them, and what are the basic ideas that they are going to give you. Third thing, I'm going to talk about the basic topics, not in fact the basic topics, but yes, every topic in which what particular subtopics you can follow. And in the last, I'm going to talk about that what will be the pattern of your paper. So starting from the resources. See, every school follows different resources, but the most common resource that I always suggest to my student is the Oxford publication. That is for the IB board. I'm talking about the mathematics. In that, you will see that the book for even for SL or HL, that is for standard level mathematics or higher level mathematics, you'll see that a variety of examples can be found out in the book, and you'll see that they have not only included very good question, but yes, they have actually included the question which will help you in what building the concept. Now point is that you should not be fully focused on the resource, that is the book itself. The main point that we can actually follow here in the last few times of the paper, that is the past papers, because here comes the importance of the past paper. You can see that in past papers, you'll find out that many of the patterns, many of the questions are actually repeating in the examination. We all know that last year the whole pattern of the IB board for the mathematics got changed. But still, if you look at the last year paper, you'll find out that many of the questions, many of the patterns of the questions have been repeated. So that is the one thing, that is the main reason that actually increases the importance of the past year papers. You'll find out that okay, whatever you're studying, how you can actually apply that in the examination. But we should know that what kind of questions are coming in the examination. So that is the reason that makes the past year importance very high. So I hope you got this thing. Now I'm going to talk about the specific units. We all know that there are 5 units in the syllabus. First unit deals with the algebra, second unit deals with the functions, third unit deals with the geometry and the trigonometry, fourth unit deals with the probability and the statistics, and the last unit deals with the calculus. Now, most of the students, in fact, many students ask me that, sir, which units we should give priority to. Definitely, all the units are equal because IB has not defined specifically that the paper they're going to conduct in the final examination, that in the paper one they're going to focus on this particular unit, in the second paper they're going to focus on this particular unit. Point is that we should prepare all the units. We should not leave any unit. But still, we can manage, we can make a strategy that how the order can be there. Point is that first unit deals with the algebra. Now, if I talk about SL and HL, there is a big difference between SL and HL in the double A. Because in what is the common content for SL and HL? They're going to learn about the arithmetic progression, geometric progression, then binomial theorem, everything. But in HL, you have to study the complex number system. There you will explore the different kinds of the representation that we use for the complex number. So everything is what there in the algebra. You learn about the permutation and combination also, that what are the application of binomial theorem there. So these are the things for HL. Now this unit is very important because it is not that much hard. For HL students, you will find that permutation and combination topic, you might find it hard, but trust me, once you build the concept, it is not that much hard. So a very simple unit, but yes, it can give you very easy short marks in the examination. If I talk about the second unit, that is function. But in the continuation with that, I'm going to talk about the unit 5 also, that is calculus. Because see, all the units are way away separated from each other. But unit 2 and unit 5, basically they're connected to with each other. Function is kind of a first chapter of the calculus. You can say that thing, because if you will build the concept in the function chapter, then it will hugely help you in the calculus unit, because calculus is all about exploring the function. Whatever topics you're studying in the calculus, all are coming as an application of function. Exactly, I should not say application, but yes, you're exploring the function. If you want to find the area, you're finding that for a function. If you are finding, let's say, differentiation, you're finding that for the function chapter. So that's why if you want to study unit 2, please after that study the unit 5 in the continuation. If you're revising unit 2, then revise the unit 5 in the continuation with the unit 2. Now, if I talk about the basic differences that are there between SL and HL for Unit 2 and Unit 5, see, again, a major portion is same for both of the SL and HL, but what you're going to actually study in function, you're going to study about the domain and range, very important topic. They ask a hell lot of question on the domain part. Whatever function they're going to give you, they'll simply put up a sub question that, okay, what is the domain for that particular function? If I talk about different types of function, then there are composite function, inverse function, rational function. But in HL, you will specifically learn about more types of function, like modulus function, and there will be more complex questions that are based on domain. In SL, you will find basic questions that are based on the domain and range. But yes, in HL, the complexity of the question become a little bit high. There is not that much difference in the unit of the function in SL and HL. But yes, if I talk about the calculus unit, that is the unit 5 in the syllabus, there is a big difference between SL and HL, because the common topics are again limits, derivatives, application of derivatives, finding the area under the curve, then integration. But in HL, you will learn about the finding the volume of, if I say after the revolution that we get, so that is totally absent in the SL unit. So you can see that HL students have to work a little bit more in the calculus unit. But once you will do the unit 2 and unit 5 in the continuation, trust me, you will get a lot of confidence. And as per my experience, almost 30 to 40% of your paper is going to be there from unit 2 and unit 5. Why? Because analysis and approaches is actually focusing on these two units only. If you're a student from AI, then definitely unit 4, that is statistics and probability, the importance of that unit increases more, and hence the more questions are coming from that unit. So let us talk about the unit 4 now, statistics and probability. See, if I talk about the common part, again you have basic probabilities, basic types of frequencies, basic type of statistics, and all these are there in both the SL and HL. But in HL, you will learn more about the advanced tools of the probability, like you will learn about the density function, then you will learn about Bayes theorem. So a very high or advanced kind of probability is there. But once again, I'll say that once you will develop the concept, then the question are coming very easy from these topics also. I have seen students getting feared from the statistics topic, but trust me, once you are very good with the concept, then just attempt the past year papers, then you will find out that okay, questions are not that much hard. So that is the thing regarding the unit 4. If I talk about now the unit 3, that is geometry and the trigonometry. Again, trigonometry is one of the most fearful topics that I've seen among the students. But once again, I'll say that the questions are coming very easy from the topic. Okay, if you are not preparing the topic up to that much level, then exactly we cannot expect that okay, we are able to do the question in the examination. But try to build the concept. The Oxford publication book has given this unit very beautifully. They have actually defined the concept from very basics, and once you will simply study the basic, then you'll get to know that how the past year papers will show you that questions are coming at a very basic level. If I talk about the difference between HL and SL for this particular unit, then there is some difference, because the whole unit that is vector and 3D is being included for the HL student. So that is a very big difference. If I talk about the trigonometry, then HL students need to learn about more advanced type of trigonometric equation. Exactly not learn, but yes, they need to learn how to solve them. Then they need to learn more formula like double angle identities and all. So this was a basic difference between the SL and HL students for the all the units that we have in the syllabus, and how you can prepare the major topics from them. Now, if I talk about the paper pattern, we all know that SL students are going to give the two papers, paper 1 and paper 2, but HL students have one extra paper, that is paper 3. Now, if I talk about the contribution, see, this thing you need to know very much. What is that point? That let us simply give 100 marks to math paper. Actually, they have defined this thing in the terms of the contribution in percentage. But for the sake of simplicity, so to make you understand, just let us assume that 100 marks are allotted for SL Maths and HL Maths. Okay. Now, 40 marks will be there for paper 1, 40 marks for paper 2 for SL students I'm talking about, and 20 marks for your internal assessment, that is your project. If I talk about for the HL student, then 30 marks for paper 1, 30 marks for paper 2, and 20 marks for paper 3, and 20 marks again for IA, that is internal assessment. So here you can see that the contribution of the paper 1, paper 2 has been lessened out because of the paper 3 for the HL students. But on the other side, that is for SL students, you can see that how much importance paper 1 and paper 2 are there, because they are actually contributing 80% of the grade of your maths grade to the total maths grade. So in the paper 1, definitely for both SL and HL, no calculator is allowed. They have clearly written, they have clearly mentioned in the portfolio that there is no technology should be included in this paper. Basically, they are simply meaning that you cannot use the GDC. Now, if you are not allowed with the GDC, that means questions are definitely not coming that okay in which high calculation, in which tough calculation is required. But yes, conceptual clarity should be there because you are prone to do silly mistakes there. They definitely make the question in such a way that they include the calculation of that part in which you are prone to do any silly mistake. So keep that in mind. If I talk about the paper 2, definitely you are allowed with the calculator, but that doesn't mean that each and every question will be requiring the calculator. So be very friendly with the calculator, but don't be fully dependent on the calculator. That is my advice to all of you. If I talk about the specifically paper 3, that is for the HL student, then it is more kind of an investigative paper in which there are only two questions. Then you have to analyze the question. You have to apply the core understanding that you have developed from the past 2 years in those two questions, and then you have to write down your answer. So that was all about the pattern of the paper that you're going to have in the month of May. And we have talked about the syllabus also, and then we've talked about the past papers and the resources. So test prep card brings you everything on the table with one course. So that is the point. So like the video, I hope you have understood everything regarding the paper and the resources. If you have any query in your mind, then please drop that thing in the comment box. Thank you. Take care, guys.